I'm a second guy, the developer of BulbNRun, a platformer about lighting up an old mansion. Today I'll tell you how I made the ant, the moth and the objects in the game. All of them are based on this object master script. It has the most basic functions like getPlayer and getMap that you need all the time. Then I made the enemy master that extends this object master script and has functions like killPlayer. And then I used the enemy master to base my ant and my moth on it. So in here I have to just write the AI. For the collectibles it's the same. I have this collectibles master script with at the moment only the function giveItem and a few variables, and all the collectibles will inherit this collectibles master. Let's start with the objects master. It is based on the node 2D. This ready is just in case I screw something up, so all objects will always be on a grid. Then there is this getOrigin tile, which returns the tile of the map it's on. Reset, I don't really know why this is here. Better leave it just in case. Then there is position valid, which is used by the editor to determine if a given cell is able to hold this object. In the object's master, it will return true if the tile is free and false if it isn't. Then there is the position on grid, which moves the object so it's exactly on the tile if it isn't already. Then there are those common getters you will need all the time, like getMap, getPlayer, getWorld, getInventory, getPlayMode. Then there are those special functions, I call them. They get called whenever the game is resetting because the player died, the object needs to be reset because it got moved, or the game starts. They don't work completely yet because the world script which handles those and the editor and game logic is a huge mess, which I will need to fix. And then those load and save functions, so you can load and save. Now in the enemy script I override these special functions I mentioned earlier and the getOrigin tile because it has to work differently in here, because that's the way I designed the enemies. Then there is this killPlayer function to kill the player, because in this game you don't have health, you just instantly die if you touch something. This is the ant script. So up here we have variables that are needed for moving. In the ready function I just start the idle animation. And process is where the AI stuff happens. If the body touches the floor, it'll start going sideways. Then only if the game is actually running, it will apply gravity. It'll jump if it wants to, and then it'll move. If it's on a wall, then it'll turn around. And then it turns the sprite in the direction it's moving. So how does this jump work? If it is on the floor and it wants to jump, then it'll jump. So how does it know if it wants to jump? It uses this math stuff I made up in the middle of the night, and I don't really understand it anymore. But it looks if there is a hole in the floor, and if there is one and it can jump over it, it looks where on the tile it is and then jumps in the right moment. Those functions reset the enemy, and this kills the player if he goes into the hitbox. This is how I save object, with a dictionary, with an object name and a position, and everything else the ant might need. For the coin it is way simpler. It only needs to go up and down, and if the player collects it, it disappears and gives him a coin. That's it for today. Next time I'll try to improve the code of the editor. Until then, bye!